It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Is it?
I don't know. Do you want
So,
me
KG, can you confirm?
Let me check.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Can you
yeah,
confirm?
I'm seeing there's no audio, so clearly it might be something in the audio booth. I mean, in the TD booth going on. I see them working over there.
Yeah.
But so far, I got level.
Neil comes all the way back from his villa in Maui to this. Correct.
It's a BS, man.
Yeah.
What about me?
Everything worked fine when I
I'm
was
never
halfway around
here,
the world.
but I don't get to be coming
No.
back to with Neil.
All right.
Oh,
all
I'm
right.
seeing
They just
I can hear it.
I'm seeing we back.
Okay, so can you confirm? I'm seeing there's no audio, so clearly.
All right, so we're in there.
Yeah,
All right,
right.
we're off and running, everybody.
We're
Good
rolling.
good job, JB Smooth. Let's talk about this for a second then, because it is a Lions victory day again, because they've pretty much all been Lions victory days. And you know
14
what?
times.
It's time for me to dig in today. 100% it's time to dig in.
ISO.
No, give me the rock. Clear out. I'm going to work and getting buckets today. There is no question about it. But KG, can you confirm the audio was fine on Wake Up Woodward?
Yes,
because it seemed fine when I watched the show for a little bit this morning.
I can't
Once
confirm.
I heard Flannel wasn't in, I locked in.
No, for sure. We can confirm the audio was good this morning.
Okay.
I'm
Nobody.
told we're heard. Well, as above, so below, right, Neil?
Yep.
Wake Up Woodward, Ermanni and Edwards squeeze us in the middle, but we'll persevere.
We'll persevere.
You ain't going to get us down.
All right, jump into that super chat if you want to cut to the front of the line like nobody. Neil, it's here. You cannot hide, you cannot run, you cannot kill what has been dead for almost 100 years. The Lions are the ones who knock, knock, knock.
Forward
It's the
down the
MFN Lions. We will them into submission. So there's that. And that's the kind of vibes that I'm going for here. And, look, for me, it was one of those things where I was calling the game, Golden Grizzlies at Arkansas. Great first half. Not such a great second half.
Yeah.
We'll say it like that. But Michigan fans, because Arkansas scored 58 and you guys in 16 minutes.
It's equal opportunity, man. They
So
did us too.
you guys know intimately what they're about.
Did you
They're
guys
good.
have a criminal amount of turnovers as well in the second half?
In the second half, it wasn't criminal, but it wasn't good.
Cornelius Williamson back? Is that
Corliss Williamson?
Or Corliss, yeah.
No, we only had 4, I think, in the first half. And we were down 3 at half. And then it wasn't very good in the second half. They just exploded. So, but again, Michigan fans, they did it to you also.
Yeah.
So leave it the SEC, by the way, they're a basketball conference now.
Yeah, they turned it into that. It appears that way.
They are elite at basketball.
No, they are. But anyway, okay. Getting back to the whole Lions 49ers thing. So. No, it is, and I'm going to lock in, and we're going to get to the 30,000-foot stuff of this weekend, and there's a lot to dissect. But D-Mac, I felt kind of cheated last night because I thought it was going to mean more, and to me, last night watching that game, it was fun, it was cute. The Fred Warner thing was hilarious.
The Jake Bates thing was hilarious.
The Jake Bates thing was hilarious, but D-Mac, it wasn't the same. And here's how I know that the Lions are a good team now and a Super Bowl threat. And here's how I know, D-Mac, how I've evolved as a fan. Because it just didn't matter. Because there's bigger things going on. And I thought I would get more out of it, but it just didn't matter to me in the end. The 49ers are just a bum team with no future this year, with a bunch of people that were talking shit, that got beat down, even though things kind of went their way in the first half. And we'll get into the defensive end on it, okay? Because I have thoughts on that as well. We'll get to all of it. But, D-Mac, I felt cheated a little bit. I expected I would feel better about it, but in the end, I just don't care because they're just another team.
No, I mean, it's business as usual, team ahead of you. I think that when you listen to the interviews after the game, you got a little bit of an insight when Amon-Ra St. Brown, franchise records. So it's something that was in front of you to go out and do it. But it didn't have the gravitas, Neil, that you were expecting when we looked at the schedule when it would come down to this game, right, last year. But it still meant something. You know what it meant? Trust your coach. Your coach knows your players. Everybody who's worried about, you got to stay with the foot on the pedal because now they're just to keep rolling, especially with this offense. And like you said, we're going to break it down and talk about the different ways. But what did Dan Campbell tell you? Doesn't give a care the rest of the season, right? In the playoffs or whatever, they just got to win by a point to whatever. Now, how does that look? Well, it looks like we're going to lean on our offense to execute.
Like everybody in this league does.
In an offensive-driven league, that's right, and then it's get a turnover or make a stop. Now, the biggest thing that you have to question is to me out of yesterday is it was going to happen. It's the odds. Jake Bates, can he recover in this next couple of weeks? Because if it was going to happen, you look at what's going on to Moody. That was the worst example of kicking, I think, in the history. Even to you want to know how fried Jake Moody is, their kicker. Look at that onside kick.
Just blasted it out of bounds.
Right.
But dude, Neil, that looked like we're playing golf, right? And you and
a little blading.
And I go, it's like a 30-footer, and you're like, it's a little uphill, and I blast it like, you said it was uphill, bro. Yeah, and I didn't say it was freaking 20 feet by uphill.
And you start blaming other people.
I start, dude, what are you talking about?
You told me it was uphill.
You started slow, right? Like, so it just doesn't matter. There's things that they have to address. But I mean, if you don't think that our team is prepared as well as it is to go into battle, and the playoffs start next week, you got a unique situation. You win this playoff game, you get a break. You get to have a so-called vacation, and everything's set up for you hosting. That's the mindset. I think Dan Campbell and the coaches and everybody has done a great job in keeping this team focused. Forget talking about the injuries and plugging and playing and getting the best out of everybody throughout this roster, right? The fact is they're focused. When you look at every interview, and you listen to these guys, doesn't it sound like their individuality, but boom, then they're all back on the same thing. You hear the same thing out of all of them, and that's because they're prepared.
Woodward Sports chat thread, burn in the chat. Amazing how 3 years of drafting busts and going all in can kill a Super Bowl window. Better luck in 5 years, San Fran. We won't be seeing much of you guys in the future. They got some things to figure out.
They do.
What are they going to do at the quarterback spot?
They got to pay him. As you always say, what else they going to do?
Brock Purdy's going to make $1 million next year. I'm not setting foot in the facility till I got a deal.
Right. And are we not looking at a new sort of thing with the quarterbacks? Not like moving into, because of the way that the money's gone with them, is that you might see a movement of quarterbacks that you wouldn't in the past, of guys that are legit or guys that are played. Hasn't it sort of started, Neil? Like, if you look at the crack in the way that things have gone, right? Is somebody looking to see Brock Purdy the next Sam Darnold? You know what I'm saying? Like, These are all the questions. So it's not the fact that I think Brock Purdy's going to get paid. I don't know if they're going to pay him. Are they going to start over? One of the things that you brought up, the adjustments, right? Look at the way your team has faced a lot of injuries to best players, just like San Francisco has, and you look at the way that could have been you. But because of Brad Holmes and because of this coaching staff and this organization, and I think being a little bit younger, it isn't you, and you've had guys to step up. I always go back to Dan Campbell saying in 2021, I got to learn, like, all my starters go down. So what am I going to do then? And you're seeing it, and you saw it last night.
Woodward Sports chat thread, stick in the chat. Trey Lance killed the 49ers. And you know what's funny about it? Like, he didn't directly. They got away with it to some degree because they hit a miracle. They hit a miracle on Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
like they were the guy that lost their family's grocery money at the casino and had $200 left.
Yep.
And he put it on black 20 and got it all back. That's how they were.
Is that what is it? Like, I go to poker analogy. Is it the aces over kings, or is it the proverbial one outer, or had to hit the royal flush?
No, it was kings over aces, and he caught the king.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The two outer.
It was absolutely a bomb that they hit. And guys, like, this would probably be more of an off-season discussion. But look at the track record of the teams that go all in on quarterbacks. And when I say all in, I'm talking about they go get guys and they give up a ton of draft capital for them, and it never works. Trey Lance, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson's probably the biggest example of it. Like, it detonates your franchise, dude.
It does.
It detonates it.
And we got one for free.
No, we got paid a first-round pick to take them. We got a first-rounder for Stafford. We got a first-rounder for taking Goff.
Yep.
That's what we got. So just remember that. You want to know the difference in the franchises? That's the difference in the franchises. All right, we're going to take the first break. We're going to get into this thing. This slander about the defense. People talk about it. We're getting into that. All right, everybody? We are getting into it. This team, what's going on, this game against the Vikings. I got a stat that will blow your mind. It's kind of a stat, I guess. It's more, it depends on what happens. Is it going to blow our
mind, like, good? Are we going to be...
Well, no, because if the Lions did lose Sunday, I have a stat that would blow your mind. But they won't because we're going to get there. We got a whole week. And Vikings fans, don't act like you're not sitting here watching right now because you don't have good shit like this in Minnesota. We know it already because you're watching Woodward Sports all the time. I'm here. I'm here all week for you guys. All week, except for tomorrow. It's New Year's Day. But I'm here all week, Vikings fans. I'll be there Sunday at Second Best, too, from 10 a.m. to noon, setting the scene for everybody. So get comfortable, Viking. Get your shit off in here, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it because we are still the boss. You are not. We are. We dictate the terms. We move the product. All right, Justin, nobody gave me a show sheet or anything, so what's the break?
I don't have a show sheet
They had
either,
one for Wake Up Woodward, I'm sure, right?
Why don't you tell us about Planet Fitness?
Hey, man, Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. As a matter of fact, over 50 Metro Detroit locations. It's the best gym in the gym game. It's one of the best deals in American consumerism. I'm telling you that. Why? $24.99 a month for a black card. You get access to over 2,000 Planet Fitnesses in the world. If you're getting ready to jump into the gym game, part of that whole New Year's resolution thing, do it. I've been a member for over 3 years. Planet Fitness helped me change my life. It can do the same for you. You just got to go do it, everybody.
Great place to stretch, too.
Yeah, it's great. Stretch zones. I'm about it. 3 times a week. It's insane, I know, but here we are, everybody. It's Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. PlanetFitness.com.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Guess what, everybody? You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. Use promo code Woodward1000. Make your first deposit. Make your first bet. All the way up to $1,000. If that bet loses, that first bet loses, Caesar Sportsbook will give it back to you as a free bonus bet. Yes, it's almost like a do-over. It's almost like a free spin at it, as a matter of fact. And that's what the fine folks at Caesar Sportsbook will do. And guys, look, it's Caesars. They're one of the OGs in the gambling game ever. You know the app is elite. You know it's glitch-free. You know it's good for live betting, all of it. They have all the markets also. You can bet on pretty much anything there. Guys, it's Caesars. What are we talking about here? Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, we're off. We're off. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, happy to be back at it. KG, young Justin stepping in for Spencer Raxter. And happy to have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe, like over 75,000 of you have. Click the like button. Shout out Simeon. He's here chilling as well, just taking it all in. All right, Woodward Sports chat thread. The super chat from Byrne. Neil, I want the tie this Sunday because I know it's unrealistic. The devastation of Vikings fans would feed the NFC North for generations. We have a Vikings fan response to a super chat. Bill Hicks, what devastation? We aren't supposed to be here. We've got nothing to lose. You guys, however, are clinging to your first real shot in 50 years. Bill, what have you done? What have you done what have the Vikings done other than been part of some of the most monumental collapses in the history of the NFL? Playoff losses to Daniel Jones at home, all of it. Don't come in here, Bill Hicks, and start running. You guys got your first shot in 50 years. Well, who are you?
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks, Vikings fans. What have you done? We'll go 15-1 in a season, losing the playoffs to the Atlanta Falcons.
Bill Hicks.
We host a playoff game. Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, lose to the Giants. Bill, come on. Hey, look, you guys want to get in here and talk your ish, talk your ish. There's nothing to say. We're still the boss. We went in there, spotted you, 10 still beat you guys. Going away, like it was nothing. Like we were never not going to win that game. And guess what on Sunday? We're never not going to win that game either. You think that look at this team. Look at the injuries we've started. The show goes on, Bill Hicks.
Fucking Bill Hicks.
And arguably, hopefully getting back, one of the most important guys that I think that you can add back in Anzalone.
Yes, sir.
Right? Not only speed-wise and never forget tackle, but look, and you know what? I saw it in the chat earlier, but I wanted to give this out. Props and shout out to Jack Campbell for just what he's done as I think we haven't talked about it enough, because he's been the standard in the middle. And you want to trial by fire, Neil, in your second year of everything else he has just stood there and been, you can't expect him to be, the Fred Warners or the Davids or the guys yet, but what he's done and the responsibility that he's bore with the linebackers out. And now you're going to give him, with that confidence and the experience that he's grown, right, the Anzalone back, some speed and some cover. And it's like I just needed to. Jack Campbell, out of anybody, I think has gotten the flowers that he's deserved, and just because of being that guy in the middle. And that's what we've always wanted. And I guess when we're not talking as much about our middle linebacker or whatever, that means that they're doing their job.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Art Vandala in the Super Chat. Happy New Year's, boys. Appreciate another year of great, elite Detroit sports coverage. Be safe tonight, chat. My New Year's resolution is to have more Neil tone. Art, I believe in you. You can do it, probably. Woodward Sports Chat thread as well. Owen Mullen. You noticed once the Dan Campbell media narrative about fourth downs dried up, it was right back to our defense is too injured to win. We are still winning and got people coming back. Detroit versus everybody. Thank you, Owen, for reminding me of that. Because it does bring up a point. Burn in the chat, I have to pop off. I won't be fearing the Vikings fan. Free money, Cope. This is their best season since 1998. They'll be devastated, falling to the fifth seed next year, and JJ are not guaranteed. Excuse me. No, that certainly is the case as well. I do want to talk about this. AC in the chat. No show sheet, bad audio. This doesn't happen on E&E. Oh, I'm aware. But no, D-Mac, I do want to bring up the fourth down thing.
They just don't show up.
Oh, that was Justin. That was not me in any way, shape, or form. I do want to talk about the fourth down thing, D-Mac, because last night, and my good buddy Jack and I, over a text thread, we have like this running tally of fourth down plus points. Last night was a +4. By going forward on fourth down instead of kicking, every single time that they did, they got 4 more points than they would have. Because they went for it on fourth down, towards the end of the second half, got stopped going for a touchdown, right? So they lost out on that one. People would have kicked a field goal. I saw it on the social medias when I was looking. The next time they did it, went for it on fourth down again, got the touchdown. So if they kick a field goal, that's 6 points. If they kick 2 field goals, 6 points, right? Instead, they went and got a touchdown. So it's 7. That's a +1. Later on in the fourth quarter, they go for it on the 4th and 3. They end up getting the Jake Bates field goal. That's 3 more, so that's +4. You see the math I'm driving at there?
I get it.
This isn't, guys, for the last time, like this Dan Campbell going for it on fourth down thing isn't about, I got big balls, I'm going for it on fourth down, I'm a riverboat gambler, we're going for it on fourth down. It's calculated, everybody.
Yes.
It's simple math. I just broke it down to you. It's not, I'm here to show you how tough I am. I'm going for it on fourth down. It makes mathematical sense, and I don't know how many times we got to go through it here on this show, but I'll continue to do it because I can do it. I got broad shoulders, D-Mac. So there you go. Last night, +4. That's the math. I just broke it down. Have a great night.
Self-awareness to your team, right? And this is the beauty. All your defense, and Dan Campbell knows this Aaron Glenn game plan, is to slow the other team down, get one possession. Dude, how everybody, you have to understand it's going to happen, I'm sure, in the playoffs. It happened with Minnesota, who's got great offensive talent, that they're going to be able to come up and down the field. But the one thing is that you have to, at the key times, get those sacks like they did or get those picks, right? Because this team goes how this offense goes, right, Neil? And if you got the team that puts up the most points, +200, whatever like this on the season, then you lean on your offense, not your defense. So fourth down is an offensive play. It's more Madden rules. It's more Madden mentality than anything else. What is your mentality in Madden? Keep the ball away from your other buddy because why? Because you both probably can score a ton of points. Right? Madden's not usually one like in the NFL today's day and age. It's offense, right? Pushing possessions and getting the 7 instead of the 3.
I love that comparison, D-Mac, because that is so true. The Lions are literally playing Madden right now. They have to score on every possession, and when they do not let up a score on defense, it is because of a turnover. And that is how they have to live. They are a bend-don't-break defense, and they have to live off turnovers.
Like when Coach Campbell came out and said, I don't care how many yards we give up. I don't care, blah, 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 whatever it was, as long as we win by 1.
Yep.
Now, Dan Campbell, when he talks, he means it. So you have to listen and go, okay, so he knows how depleted he is at different positions. He knows that he can't get the pass rush that he could with a healthy Hutchinson and Aleem and a healthy team. No. The best coaches adjust to the way that the situation goes. And this is the best way for this team. Do you not have confidence that if your team plays like that and go through your emotions? I wasn't even watching the game until the third quarter because I was at the WWE event. Shout out. Right? But watching it and being down and going through the TVs, but understanding that might be the way it is. This team rocks on its offense. The Gibbs, the Jameson Williams, the Amon-Ra, serving up those trick plays. It's going to be the same track meet this weekend, right? And you got it. So, Neil, can I ask you this? Because I was thinking about you, especially with like coming down to 2 minutes or whatever, but having those 2 possessions, right? Score possessions. That's where you want to sit. Okay, so what? So they come down and score. You put yourself in a position to have the ball and kneel down at the end of the game.
That's it, man. That's all of it. Richard Morris in the Super Chat. Dan Campbell won more games this year than Matt Patricia won in total with the Lions. And he didn't come in and gas everybody out of the building, too.
Right.
Like
Patriot way.
The Patriot way. Yeah, I love that stat, Richard, by the way. Before we roll out here for break, Funny Boy Roddy, I bet $1,000 on Bet US Vikings going to beat the Lions this Sunday night. Well, Funny Boy Roddy, you should have done that on Caesar Sportsbook, so when the Lions beat them, you would have got it back as a free bet.
Yeah.
That's on you, Funny Boy.
Lost out.
That's a dumb move on your part. Should have set up, should have used the promo code Woodward 1000.
Rookie.
And when the Vikings get cooked, you would have got that back. But now you're out $1,000. Roddy, good luck.
My boy came on the show yesterday trolling me, talking about I'm a Jets fan. Like,
no, that's Sam Flannel.
Exactly. If there's one thing I despise, it's the Jets, and that quarterback's the Jets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out
Aaron,
to you.
Aaron, way to tap out Sunday.
Oh, love it.
Way to go to your coach and just bitch out.
I
but
love
it fits because you're a bitch. All right. What break we going to here, Justin?
D-Mac, why don't you tell us about Dr. Pierce?
Oh, I'll tell you about Dr. Pierce. Attention sports fan, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce, Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursday during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy I trusted for my career and 4 cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
I lost the merch one. And one.
Neil Rule here for shop.woodwardsports.com. New Detroit shirt designs. We're doing Detroit sports wearables better than anybody in this city. Tron. Shop.Woodward Sports.
I want this baby on the dice game.
Shop.WoodwardSports.com. Again, the very best in Detroit sports wearables. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. Check it out.
And let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee. Fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you are gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind and support local and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
All right, keeping it pushing. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty back at you. We got KG, Young Justin filling in for Spenmo. My guy Simeon's just sitting here kicking it as well. Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there because we're going to have a chat right now about this defense. We're having a chat about it. Hurricane, the meat missile was flying around last night. No, he absolutely was. Woodward Sports chat thread, cast and read. Neil, do you know if anyone is on the table to return in 2 weeks? There has been no definites.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about ifs.
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be one of those situations where you're going to wait till Sunday, just like we are, for an Adam Schefter tweet.
Yeah,
that's what we're
just
down
hope
to.
for the best. Maybe you get Anzo back for this particular game. I know they talked about Monty in the divisional round, assuming they get the #1 seed. So.
No, absolutely. All right, Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there. Lots of questions about the defense. Lots of questions. And I got a hot take for everybody here. And there was one.
When you get a moment, will you guys send me your top fives?
Oh, yep.
I did. It's in the Big D Energy chat that you're on. Cody Engel
If you find his, mine will be next to it.
Yeah. Real talk. The watch party stream is always like a minute behind actual live TV. Cody Engel, you understand latency, right? You understand that you're watching a stream of us that is watching the TV.
Yeah.
It's called latency. Look it up. It's not going to happen live. It's not instantaneous. KG.
I know. I'm glad you back. You can deal with this.
I am dealing with it right now.
We had to deal with this while you was gone.
I am dealing with it. There was one here about the defense, and I lost it. So I want to get into it. We'll just sum them all up, everybody. Here we go. Tom Begeman, you were the guy. Here comes Anil Spin Zone. The defense is actually great, guys. Okay, Tom, and people like Tom, you're next. Okay, Tom. So here we go. Here's a hot take for you, Tom. The Lions defense was better than the 49ers defense last night. That's a fact. You know why? They took the ball away from the 49ers. The 49ers did not do that to the Lions. Why is it that the Lions defense is so bad in a game where the Niners defense, with Bosa playing well, gave up 40 to the Lions? 40 points. The Lions defense had takeaways. The Lions defense held them in check in the second half. They got, 13 points? 6 of those was at the end when it didn't matter. Yep. So, Tom, I would argue that the Lions defense was, in fact, better than the 49ers defense. I know that doesn't fit your narrative or what you're told, Tom. I know that's not where you live. You don't live in reality. That's what happened. I saw it. The rest of the nation saw it. So, Tom, what part of what I just said isn't true, Tom? The Lions defense was the best defense on the field yesterday. Anybody care to elaborate on that, Am I crazy, D-Mac?
I don't know, but is their motto bend but don't break? Right? Did you not see that? The adjustments made in the second half and what you just said, for the 6 points that Dobbs ran in, at the end of the game, they held them to 7 in the second half. And takeaways. So, that's just facts. They play better. So that's what they have to do.
They were better than the 49ers. You're not going to get the
Baltimore Ravens, defense with Ray Lewis and Suggs and those guys. That's not what this team is. But what they do is they capitalize and opportunists. And even with lack of pressure, they did get to Purdy when they needed to get to Purdy. Right? They do enough. The bend but don't break. That's what I saw.
And again, the Lions had the better defense between the two. They didn't give up 40 points, and they had 2 takeaways. Am I crazy?
Not at all.
No, you're not. And I think that they were trying to stay a little vanilla as well, because they were trying to hide some looks for the Vikings this week, because you didn't really see a lot of those exotic blitz packages that AG cooks up. You saw a couple of them in the second half, but it was very spaced out, and it wasn't as frequent as you feel like AG is known for blitzing. So I think that is something as well. I don't think they were trying to expose what they have planned for the Vikings next week.
Played a lot of zone too.
But. Cody, while true, we came out really flat. Hey, Cody. It's a road game in the NFL, man. You don't just come out and win every game 52-10. They only did that 5 or 6 times this year. You don't get to do it every single week. It's a whole football game, everybody. D-Mac, what are we doing here?
I don't know. But at the end of the day, you were better on offense and you were better on defense.
So what's the problem? Why are there people like this in the chat?
Because it's never satisfied. It's always gonna be something. Now you don't want to, you're coming out at home and stuff like this, and we've come out slow that way. It's great that you can adjust. Now you want to, correct that and not get behind. We also know from the last Vikings game where we got down a few scores and had to play from behind. So, it's apparent, but doing what you need to do to win. I got a question, Neil.
Yes.
When do they announce who's reffing that game?
I don't know.
Does that not intrigue you at all?
No, I don't.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
At this point.
I do not care.
I just wonder.
The Lions are above the whistle at this point.
No, absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into there. Get your thoughts. Young Jay, the Lions defense is so bad. They've won 14 out of 16 games this year.
Fucking Tom. Cody. Come on.
Who's next? All right, chat. Who's next?
Line them up.
Whoa, convenient.
My boy Neil going for 50 tonight. I'm just going to keep feeding him the ball.
I'll just keep feeding him the ball. Give me the pill. Let me know. Jump in the chat. Tell me who's next. This lined up nicely to the break. Where are we going, Justin?
We are going to Lady Jane's, D-Mac.
Absolutely. We got it right here at Lady Jane's. We take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule for second best in downtown Detroit, 42 Watson Street, as a matter of fact. We do the Woodward Sports pregame show Sunday on game days. We'll be down there early on Sunday, as a matter of fact. The usual 10 a.m. to noon spot, but we'll be getting the lay of the land. We'll be getting the vibes. We'll get you all set up because, we're not going to get in the way of the rest of your NFL watching experience. But no, it's going to be a good time because it's always a good time. Tons of Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. It needs to be your spot, everyone. If you're going downtown, I'm going to the Wings game in a couple weeks. You know where I'll be pulling up before that game. We'll be down there at second best. Going to a concert, Fox Theater, whatever. It's the play. Couple blocks away from LCA. You're right there in the mix. Second best. Come get some. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, back in the fold. D-Mac, back in the fold. Happy to have you with us, KG, Young Justin in the building. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. One funky Lions fans. The 8th best scoring defense is trash, I guess. But if I told you they give up the 8th fewest points in the league going into last week, every Lions fan would have taken it. No, the show goes on. And all I can tell you is they weren't the worst defense in the stadium yesterday. That was the 49ers with Nick Bosa playing well. That's what happened. How do I know that? Lions scored 40 points. And the Lions defense had takeaways. That's the way it works. I don't know what else to tell you guys. So this sky is falling bit that everybody wants to do. Can you wrap your heads around the fact, D-Mac, these people, can you wrap your heads around the fact that Brad Holmes has assembled this roster? For real. I don't think people recognize this. And he's assembled a lot of it on the fly with practice squad guys from other teams. Look, I don't know how he's doing it. And does it look the same? No, it doesn't look the same. But the bottom line is they're 14-2 with it. They've lost, once since Aiden Hutchinson went down. Sir. Once. So I don't know what more the people want.
I'm just saying, you know what the one constant is? Tom Kennedy.
That's right,
baby. Which tells you, but it's about, what do we always say? Neil, it doesn't matter, but greeting you at the door is Mr. Holmes and Mr. Campbell, and there's a certain attitude and mentality that you have to do to get into Ford Field or into Allen Park to wherever it is to be able to learn. And if you don't think that they've gotten the most out of the least, around the league, you saw it last night. What did I say? San Francisco's facing injuries, right?
And they folded.
Yeah,
they folded.
Folded, but they just weren't up to the challenge of what your
folded.
Detroit Lions. There you go. That's a little aggressive. They didn't fold. They came out with what they had, but it wasn't enough.
Right.
Because you got a team that's on a mission. That's better. Your team's better this year. Now you put your Dan Campbell says it. Listen to what he says. As a professional athlete, this is what it's all about. Right? For lack of a better term, this is, your Stanley Cup or even your March 26. Right? This is this helps you along your way. They've never not preached that teams that are in their way to the goal that they have. And to your point, whoever they bring in and from whatever team works.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Burn. Too bad the Vikings will probably bum around in the mix next year, too, since they won't have a first-place schedule like we will. That's Burn in the super chat. And Burn, that's the other point that I drive on, too. We got to play Buffalo. They got to play the Jets. Those are the little differences. So don't act like we're the same here. Don't act like the Vikings are in the Lions league. Number one, they couldn't beat them at home. Number two, they ain't going to beat them on Sunday either. And I say ain't for effect. Hat tip Ryan Ermanni. That's two things that I give Ryan Ermanni credit for. The audio on the show works and the ain't line. All right, that's what I do with Ryan Ermanni. All right, I give him credit in that respect. Dr. Clappin Cheeks. I'm always going to read Dr. Clappin Cheeks' text because he's a doctor. Says, Neil is right, though. It does smell like bullshit in here. So, Dr. Clappin Cheeks, maybe you can write me a script for it because I don't understand. Who's next? Jump into that chat and tell me who's next because I'm not having it today. Adiz 411, go blue. Young Justin, are you upset that we have to work while Michigan's playing Alabama?
I mean, there's going to be no one playing on either side, but I have a great line at a TV that's about 50 inches here.
So you're locked in?
So I'll actually be watching while I'm TDing. So I'm pretty chilling. I wish I was at home though watching with my dad. Shout out Papa Sats.
He was at the watch party. Shout
out. Yeah. So Woodward Sports chat thread. Michael, Neil is crazy. LMAO, welcome back, bro. No, it's good to be back. Jay Washington, go blue. Jake Moody was cheeks yesterday, though. Someone gave me ish about that in the chat. Do you still wish that we drafted Jake Moody? I was going by what Michigan fans tell me. They said he was the greatest kicker ever. Is that KG? Was I not told that by you guys?
He went for a third. You gotta. He hit kicks at Michigan. I can't speak for San Francisco, but.
Okay.
He hit kicks for us.
I'm just asking. That was a question. Kalamazoo, 3 Big Ten games yesterday. Go blue. Neil will have a panic attack if the Big Ten wins another championship. Why would I have a panic attack, Kalamazoo? They won't, but what if why would I have a panic attack? I watched yesterday.
Here we go.
Iowa, Missouri. I watched it.
Wow, it was horrible.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
Tom Bagman says nobody has the balls to disagree with Neil because they know they will be bullied into submission.
Just
Dude,
like you just were, Tom.
What are you
with
talking
you
about? I
when
stick
you're
up to
wrong.
Neil all the time.
Yeah.
I'll disagree. I got no problem disagreeing with you.
I love disagreeing
When I
with Neil.
don't agree with
Because I
you,
know it's a
but,
mental gymnastics.
You can go watch,
battle.
some TV shows for guys that just argue just to argue.
Yeah.
Or go to my house.
Tom, what did I say to you that was factually incorrect? And what did I say to you that was factually correct, Tom? Inarguable. Inarguable, Tom. Let me know.
Tom.
I'm sitting here waiting. I'm here till 1 o'clock today. Then the New Year's Eve party starts. So we're gonna get into it, no doubt. Owen Mullen in the super chat. Vikings fans better enjoy this week of media talking about how amazing they are, because when we beat them and we get that bye, the narrative is over. Owen, it's great. Speaking of that, by the way,
the stat, right?
The stat, okay. I didn't comb through this with research, but I'm just going to speak in a generality here, and I'm guessing I'm right. There's no way the Lions can lose to the Vikings, and you'll like this because this is karma. This is atmosphere. This is
Ooh,
D-Max
I like
Lane. This is 1, 2, 3 Darren McCarty
Talk to
Drive
me.
right here. The Lions can't lose because has there ever been a team that's gone undefeated on the road that had to play a road playoff game? That can't have happened in the history of the NFL. A team to go undefeated on the road for an entire season
And
and
then
have
the
to play a
playoffs.
road playoff game? That couldn't have happened.
No, because what was it? The Giants and Baltimore are two of the teams that have won Super Bowls through that, but not during the regular season and stuff like that.
Undefeated on the road and have to play a playoff game on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Never. That's never, ever happened. And I'm saying it's never happened. And I'll admit full responsibility on this. I did not research it, but there's no way that the math can work out on that. It can't be. So, Tom, if you were like, oh, I'm going to get Neil here, go ahead.
So, Neil, since you've brought this into my lane, I got to elaborate. So, this for all you guys that disagree, and it's not disagreeing, but what I would say is that's a silver lining in case it doesn't go well and you lose, that you'll be the first team to go undefeated on the road to win the Super Bowl in the whole season. So, you got that going for you, too. If this one cracks, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so then the karma's set up. Oh, I didn't see it going this way. Now, you're right in the fact that the Lions are going to win and we're going to have home field and get it off because that's this path. But I like that. Never in the history.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Bill Hicks. The only real difference in the schedule is that the Bills-Jets game, the Vikings had to travel to London to play the Jets in the rain. The Jets, bro, while the Lions lost to the Bills. Right, and that's what kept you alive in this, Bill, was a difference in the schedule. So you agree with me, Bill. You had an easier schedule, Bill. Like, that's the way that it works. You got to play the bum-ass Jets with cooked, finished Aaron Rodgers. We had to play Josh Allen on a heater. That's what the difference is, Bill, and that's why you're still alive in this, Bill. You see what I'm saying? So you did play an easier schedule, Bill. A nice home game, too, against the Falcons.
I actually have that research for you, Neil. And the only team in NFL history that has gone undefeated in true road games and then lost an away playoff game was the 2014 Dallas Cowboys when they lost in the divisional round to the Packers after they beat the Lions
Well, of course it was the Cowboys.
But they played at home.
Yes, they did play their first round
so
game
it's
at
not,
home, though.
It doesn't fall into this. It doesn't fall into this mixture
Correct.
recipe
Yeah.
because they went undefeated and then they had a home game that cancels it.
Yes, so Neil is 100% correct. No team has had to play a first-round road game in the playoffs.
Wow, Neil, you
couldn't
never
have
hear
happened.
that. You're 100% correct, do you? Always.
Well, I mean, I am.
You just go by numbers. Right?
I just go by facts, Bill. Tom.
And shout out Go Lions JD107 for the research on Reddit, so I didn't have to do it.
All right, there you go. Mike O, I don't want Bill on my debate team. No, Mike O, you don't want Bill on your debate team.
Bill.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into their copacetic sushi. Is Neil suffering from jet lag and therefore spewing more bluster than usual? Hey, copacetic, what have I been wrong about? What have I been... For real, I'm asking you. What have I been wrong about? What, K? What are you snickering about over there,
No,
KG?
I like that you lining them up, man. Knock them down.
I think
Step up.
he just means that you came back with some of that volcanic ash, a little bit of
No,
fire in the tone. You're ready. You came back ready for battle. You haven't been here in a minute. You're excited.
it's
Everybody's not
Vikings
ready
week.
for you.
It's Vikings
That's
week,
what
man.
it is. They came with sticks and stones, bro.
You got to
came
stand
back
on business. You've been
firing.
on this all season long.
Yeah.
So
We have never not been the boss. Like, this whole Vikings thing is cute. They're cute. You know, you pat their head a little bit. You guys are fun. You're cute. Nice story, bro. In the end, you're going to be the Vikings because that's what you always are. Yeah. And you're not coming in here and winning because the bottom line is this. We have Jared Goff. You have Sam Darnold. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference in this game. That's a difference in these teams. That's a difference in this league. That is the difference. And I know that a lot of you still aren't conditioned to accept that. That's fine. I've been living in reality for about a year and a half now. So those of you that have not accepted the reality of what this situation is with this Lions football team, and more importantly, Jared Goff, because that's what I want to talk about when we come back. Because apparently we got to keep doing this every single week, and that's fine. I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'll do it all the time, every time you want. We'll get you updates from the Michigan game as well. If they win, it's momentum going into the season. If they lose, it was always going to be a wash anyway.
Here you go. Michigan
does that cover it?
Michigan deserved no strays. This is Victory Tuesday, goddammit. You already know. Don't do this on the Lions Day.
They're playing Alabama.
This is like church. Don't do this on the Lions Day, okay?
Big Ten versus SEC today.
And I
Michigan versus
that.
Alabama.
With none of our real starters. We'll approach that.
Who are you talking about, Alabama or Michigan?
We'll approach this Thursday.
Well, I mean, they have Jalen Milroe.
Okay.
The only star that's playing in this game.
How dare you bring up Michigan on the Lions Day?
Tom,
Get this guy over here.
Tom says you tone lasered him at an 11. You took the tone laser and you zapped him at an 11.
Right, you just
How
zapping
do you feel,
everybody.
Tom?
Yeah.
Leave Michigan out of this, man. It's supposed to be about that purple gang. It's supposed to be about them.
After all these strays, I need to hear about some jars. So, D-Mac, why don't you tell us about jars?
Oh, hell yeah. All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. New Year's Eve, no better time to head over to Jars, home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right here in Detroit, so there's always one nearby. If you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Make sure you pick up the Darren McCarty brand today. Jars Cannabis. Tell them we sent you.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
1800 Tequila, the premier tequila in the game, the official tequila of Woodward Sports. Detroit Lions watch parties and post-game shows. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game day live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila. Proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best taste in the tequila game.
All right, wow, it's hour number 2 already. Big D Energy.
Time flies when you hating.
Neil Rule, Darren McCarty back here at it. Happy to be back in studio. We got KG, young Justin. My guy Simeon's hanging out. Goes to University of Missouri, basking in that big SEC victory over Iowa yesterday.
All right, Mizzou is back.
Mizzou is back, everybody, no doubt. Simeon, you come in here, you got to get it too. Like, that's just the way that it works. Woodward Sports chat thread. Mason Leach. Neil decided to show up. Mason, I've been working 2 jobs, bro.
My man, don't stop working.
Yeah. Mason, you weren't piping up when I was getting up at 4 a.m. out there in Hawaii to come do the Lions pregame show.
I meant to ask you because of that 5 OT game. I know you enjoyed yourself. Man.
Oh, 100%.
I know you had a great time.
100%. Answer 14. Neil has villain on his shirt and he ain't playing no favorites. No, you can come get some. If you come in here with dumb shit today, you're getting cooked. Bottom line. Like a lot of the Vikings fans are all the time.
I have the top 5s ready whenever you feel like you would like to squeeze that in.
Special, we'll get to it. Special New Year's edition of Top 5 Wednesday, since we're not on tomorrow. Top 5 on Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Top 5 years since it's New Year's.
Yeah.
So, hey, why not, right? Get it in there. Debonair Slots. The Lions' defense is broken. Based on what? Based on what? Based on the 3 points that the Bears scored in a home game in the second half? Based on the 13 points the 49ers got yesterday in the second half? 6 of those inside the 2-minute warning when the game was over?
Yeah.
Like, based on, is it the same as it was? No. Is it, quote, broken? No, they're 14-2.
People get caught up in the stats and the touchdowns
Then you're
thrown
dumb.
against.
You know what? I just got to go old school on and just start calling people dumb. Then.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. D-Mac, what? Don't you start either.
No,
all right?
no.
He wanted with everybody to do.
Dude, it just reminds me of 20 years ago football. Or football, you're supposed to win with defense.
Yeah.
So that went out a long time ago when the rules changed. This is an offensive league. Are you made for points? And on defense, can you make a stop or turn the ball over? We can put it on the ground, right? You know, we've seen that games where we've forced balls on the ground and recovered balls. We should have had another one yesterday on the kick return, right? Whoever stayed there. So it's an ability to do that. Can we pick it off? Yeah, we got one of the best secondaries, in the league. And, it's attitude, right? And it's attitude. And the attitude of this offense, you listen to interviews. I don't know if anybody was watching. I was double dipping for the post-game show from Hayes, but also listening to ESPN and listening to Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown interviewed by Scott Van Pelt.
Yep.
And JMO even comes out is because he was asking about the trick plays. How many times you work on that? 2, 3. That's all we need. We built to put on points. We supposed to put up points. We out here, making this a track meet. That's what these guys want. They know that their responsibility is to carry this team.
Yep.
You brought up such a great point. Because what we're seeing here, and if he's supposed to be as Jared Goff, is elevating to even that next level, right? Because you have that leader. And you know what Jared Goff more to is, right? Whether you like it or not, it's that game manager and the fact of managing not turning the ball over. And then when asked to and needed to, what's he thrown up 3 touchdowns in the past 3 games each when it's been needed? So to me, this is just the ingredients of how this football team needs to win games. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to suck at some points. As we get going in the playoffs, you're probably going to be down 2 scores at some point. But can you get back in and can you still win? Are you ever out of this game? And because you have that offense, you do. Absolutely not.
Yeah, stats don't matter at this point. It's just about making plays. You in that part of the schedule where you just need to make more plays than the other defense. And that's what Aaron Glenn continues to go out there and do every single week.
There's something I need to touch on, like culture-wise, where you see in different moments. If you look the different signs, right? Difference, Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Breaks that run to the outside for the last touchdown, whatever. They're showing him on the bench sitting down, and you see him do this, right? You see him head nod, right? And you're always like, who's he talking to? Whatever. And you see him get up and walk over, and him and Penne do the bro hug, and it's like, like this. You look at that. You looked at in the was it early in the game? Who was it? Jennings that took Terry and Arnold to the ground in the red zone, in the end zone, pushed him down on that, and was it Kirby or somebody came in, smoked him, took the flag, whatever like this. You see the quote, no, that's my rookie. I'm the only one allowed to do that. Like, these guys are so dialed in, engaged to what they have to do and appreciative for each other. That's why it works. That offense, right? The best thing for this offensive line, Neil, was to not only go through a few injuries and to figure it was going to work, but also to, have 3 games in a row where they weren't good to their standard. Now everybody just needs, that's all it is. The great coaching. He's getting the best out of everybody and elevating them, and it starts next week.
Detroit supremacy. You can tell the people in this chat aren't used to watching a winning team when you don't win 50-0 in the NFL. And supremacy, like that's been the overriding message, man. Like, this is a one-score league. So it's the way it works.
How many NFL games in a season?
17.
No, so 17 times 32 to what? Like
272, I think it is, something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
So out of those, how many of those are a one-score game?
A lot.
Top of your head. 200?
Yeah, I mean, at least half, right?
More than half.
You don't see double-digit betting lines in NFL games. Not for real.
Except for this week where the Ravens are getting 18 points to the Browns.
And that's rare. Like 18 in the NFL is crazy.
18 and a half.
DTR
that's nuts
is
in the
trash.
Oh, man. But they benched America's quarterback for him. Make it make sense.
Hey, man.
Burn, Happy New Year's.
Criminal.
Happy New Year, last one of the year, but it comes down to this one simple thing. Can the Vikings score 40-plus in Ford Field? It's that simple.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can either. So they'll find a way to take the ball away. Mm-hmm. The Lions will find a way to take the ball away.
Right. Is that not how it feels?
Yes.
Did it not feel like that yesterday? To me, it felt like Brock Purdy was like just a matter of time.
Yep. He was waiting on your moment.
Before we were going to capitalize. I have that same feeling like Sam Darnold. So I don't know. It's just and that's a great question. Because how many points are we going to put up on? You expect 40, don't you?
That seems to be the running total, right? Yep. Like, they show up, they're pushing 40 points. Like, that's the price of admission in the club. By the way, Jared Goff, as we come down to the last game of the season, second in the league in yards, fourth in touchdowns, just like he was last year. Is that elite?
I think so.
Did you see
to be in the top 5 in both back-to-back years, is that elite?
I think so.
Did you see that stat? 75% completion percentage, 3+ touchdowns. He's done it 7 times, but only Tom Brady's done it more. And Tom Brady and I think Matt Ryan did it 6 times. Mm-hmm. They both won the MVPs that year.
Yeah.
It shows shit like what company this guy's in. Give him his due. And he ain't done. He don't want his due. Did you see how he
won the Super Bowl.
Everybody out like that is. When I think back and I look at that post game between everybody in their roles the way it is. Your quarterback's already on to the next game, knows what it is, has to be the stoic. Your star guys, your wide receivers get to yuck it up with the fans, have some fun, you look at the celebrate. Again, I go back to the celebrations. They keep bringing, they got to have new ones. I mean, they got to spend at least like an hour
in practice.
Just rehearsing these things.
Yeah, they always ready with the
but everybody's on point and they know where it is and everybody knows their role in the relationship. Also, too, if you get a chance, go watch this sit down with Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow, and I don't think it was Dan Miller or
Brad Galley.
Oh, it was Brad Galley.
Shout out Brad Galley.
But just you want to know about your quarterback and whatever. Bottom line, like. He's in that offensive lineman room. They even said that, like, low-key, he wants to be offensive lineman, Jared Goff. But you want to understand why that relationship, and you can't beat that. Go watch that interview, and you will get to more of why these guys, the mission that they're on, that they won't be denied, and the responsibility that they carry. And it was a lot like us back in the day. I feel the same thing.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, get into there. Click the like button since you're here anyway.
Might as well.
Lions Nation, yeah, Justin, don't waste your New Year or time watching Michigan get smoked in the Tony the Tiger Bowl. What do you mean Michigan gets smoked?
Oh my God.
What was the line?
15.5.
Wait, what?
I do like Michigan with those points, by the way. 15.5. Like that's absurd. So
there you go,
let's
Blue.
Go. As soon as you say it.
Sackalicious.
Yeah, 15.5 in a game where nobody's playing. Like,
yeah,
that's over 2 scores, man. Like that's regular math.
Yeah, I just wonder if Jaden Davis getting snaps today.
Yeah, I want to see who comes out to play quarterback.
It's a big game. You lose, you go 7-6. You're a game behind Auburn's pace after they won a natty.
Be quiet on this Auburn bullshit.
Time out. Wait, Kenny, but you are on Auburn alert, right? We said and I said
we are
2 years in a row.
We gonna let him
right?
have
We
it.
are. I gonna let it pass. He does get to say, put it in the waiting room.
Right.
Expectation.
Put it on
Auburn went
layaway,
7-5 after their natty,
Listen,
won their bowl game to
This
go 8-5.
man don't believe in
got-
layaway. He trying to cash out today.
No. You got another year.
Layaway is for suckers with this guy.
No,
You got it, Neil. You got it. You got it,
just
big
remember
dog.
that, everybody.
You got it, big dog.
Yeah. So there's that out there also. Where are we going, Justin? What's the break?
We are going to New Holland.
All right, my favorite, as a matter of fact, New Holland Brewing Company, local Michigan company, west side of the state. They're doing it better than anybody with Taller, the Dutch long drink. They take their New Holland small batch gin, they mix it up with a grapefruit puree, and magic happens in that little Argyle sweater style can. It's incredible. I'll be drinking some tonight. I can guarantee you that, as a matter of fact. Ring in the new year with your favorite New Holland Brewing Company. Don't sleep on their bourbon, by the way. Their bourbon slaps as well. The beer barrel, we've had it here on the show before. You guys already know. New Holland Brewing Company, Michigan company. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month. Or check out the Equinox EVLT for only $169 per month. Get the Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, as well as Stanford and Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got KG, Young Justin. My guy Simeon's hanging out, too, on holiday break at the University of Missouri. Big win for them over Iowa.
Mizzou.
Anytime you beat Iowa in a bowl game, that's big.
I think so.
You just on everybody today. It's New Year's Eve. Look out.
Stefan in the chat. I don't see any crybaby Vikings fans today so far. No, they came in and they got obliterated and they dipped. Because that's what it was.
Neil had his lightsaber out today.
Yep. I got your stat, by the way. That first Vikings game, J-Mo, 1 catch for -4 yards.
All right, there you go. We were wondering if J-Mo was played in the first Vikings game, and he did. But I believe, Neil, I'll go out on a limb here, say he'll have more of an impact this game.
I'm tired of all the Jamison Williams problems that he brings along with him.
I'm sick of his act.
I'm sick of his act.
I'm so tired.
I'm tired of what he's doing out there all the time.
Trade him for a 7th round.
7th round pick, you think?
Yeah, or he'll go for about that.
You got to get him out of here, man.
He's a problem.
He's a cancer.
Absolute.
Sick of that shit.
Absolute and total. So he's going to end up popping 1,000 yards.
Yep.
He's got 7 touchdowns. He's 33 yards away from 1,000.
I swear he was going to do it last night, especially after the hook and ladder play. That was a great play.
Can we take some time to laugh? at the Sam Flannels of the world.
Oh, please. Oh, it's gosh, they're Christmas and New Year's the same day. Please.
Right, D-Mac looking for a reason.
Yeah, dude.
Looking for a reason.
What did he? What dumb shit did he say now?
No, but he's gonna get that jersey. He made the jersey bet if J-Mo get 1,000 yards, then he'll buy a black J-Mo jersey. So, and we take it into John
Hughes. He was not allowed.
I know, but it's good for content.
Wait a sec. If he pays, I want the receipt. I want a picture of him either paying by. No, he's got to pay cash. Because I don't want him using his old lady's credit card.
I got you.
And do whatever like that. But he's got to fork out his hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And wear that thing.
We planning a whole content day around it. We're going to take him down to John U. Shout out John U.
Get him straight?
Yeah, we're going to get him straight. We're going to get him together.
I might have to come in there just to heckle.
Right. The whole time he's
The whole time.
Patrick in the chat. J-Mo's too selfish. G-Man DT. Waymo too slow on the field as well. Everybody's outrunning him all the time.
I swear. I thought I was the only one that saw that.
Like, and it's very basic, D-Mac. I know what I saw with him. Everybody know what they saw. Well, the smart people knew what they saw. In this league, a league that's predicated on speed at every position, defensively, offensively, when you make the extraordinary look average, which is what Jamison Williams does. When you make the extraordinary look average, what does that make you?
Extraordinary?
Like, D-Mac, like, what was so hard to figure out about this? Like, for the people that were, calling him a knucklehead and I'm tired of his act and stuff like that. Like, are you convinced now, everybody?
Right.
If not, what's it going to take? Because when we saw that little gadget play that they ran where he came around the end, and I saw that linebacker go straight line at him instead of going up the sideline.
Yep.
It was over.
Did you hear what he said
Cook.
in his interview? Right? In the interview after, Scott, I'm talking to ESPN, asking him about that where Amon-Ra. And James Williams, because Van Pelt's asking, what are you guys thinking when this goes on? Amon-Ra's like, I catch the ball and find J-Mo. And J-Mo says, I'm thinking first down, but then he said something either the
linebacker took a straight line at him.
No, but that's what he said.
Yeah.
But he said when they work on that, if this linebacker takes the wrong angle, I'm housing it.
Yeah.
He can't. No, he just came out matter of factly like, I got to get the first down. But then when I see his angle, when I know when I got the ball, I'm gone. They can't catch me. And you have that, like you said, Neil. This NFL. It's that speed. It's that ability. And you also see it, too, with Jahmyr Gibbs. So having these backfield, out-of-the-back trick plays, you're setting yourself up for success, especially if you have. I'll tell you one of the most, we talk about this. Look at Tim Patrick's blocking downfield. And I know they all block for each other, but the apparentness of even springing Gibbs for his run and J-Mo for whatever, like these guys are all on the same page.
No, absolutely.
And it's a want.
And Neil, I've said it too, like speed is the NFL's most coveted skill. And you got a guy in your locker room that is literally probably top 5 in the league in terms of speed. I mean, he's probably competing with Tyreek Hill at this point because Tyreek Hill's starting to slow down career-wise. So, I mean, it's amazing, man. And he's entering new conversations now. And he's becoming one of the better number 2 receivers in the league, and his potential is maybe top 10, top 5 receiver in the NFL, period.
Field goal for Michigan. They lead Alabama 3-0.
Yes.
Momentum going into next year.
Neil, what is having that on tape also, right, do? Right, so now the other teams, let's talk about a minute, they've seen this or these plays. What does that do, Neil? Who does that open up? That opens up your intermediate. That opens up your Amon-Ra and your Sam Laportas in the intermediate more because teams are all worried about it. I look at it like Sergey back in the day. He could be gone, right? And everybody had to respect that speed. If he got the puck and boom, was gone, what did that enable him to do? He would fake drive and boom, pull up, give himself a whole bunch of space. How many times have we seen him drive, pull up, slapper, from the slot, whatever like that. Speed kills in any sport. And now that it's also too is that when Minnesota, like the smart teams, when you have to watch it and see what they can do, it's not just the thought of it, it's actually, wow, this is what they can do. That sort of messes you up a little bit.
You want some gravity to that situation with J-Mo?
Yeah.
Answer 14. Think about this. 50 catches for 1,000 fucking yards. Who does that?
There you go.
He's the most explosive player in the National Football League. Yes, Justin Jefferson included.
Right.
He's the most explosive player in the National Football League.
Really crazy.
I stand on that.
When you think about it, he had 300 yards last year. The big things with J-Mo is just he needed to be on the field, one.
And get
two,
the ball.
They needed to target him. And now you see what happens when you target him.
And still, how many times? What's he? 3-4 touches a game? That's it.
He's not even getting
impactful.
If I was the old coordinator, I'm throwing to him every drive.
That's what I'm saying, man.
The more that you execute him, look at the underneath. Do you think that Laporta and Goff are on the same page and Amon-Ra and whatever like this? Like wasn't that sort of the last piece of comfortability? Right? We know and we hear with Tim Patrick, and I believe, that Goff has that, as we used to talk about, that Josh Reynolds. And he's better than Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the what he brings into that team. But then now you get J-Mo comfortable. The biggest thing is the engagement. Just go watch. Does any other offensive, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe a lot of them do it, but block is hard downfield for each other. The wide receivers. I mean, they take pride in that.
The bottom line is, if you get him the football, you get touchdowns.
Period.
I don't know how else to say this.
Period.
The more you get him the ball, the more touchdowns you get. Like it's wild like that. Woodward Sports chat thread, Freddie Felt 313 in the super chat. New Woodward Sports merch. J-Mo only got 1,000 yards. that would be a great.
Right.
I'd love to put this into perspective in comparison to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill put up his first 1,000-yard season with 75 catches. That is
wow.
It's insane.
He had 61 catches the year before, but only managed 563 yards. Those are in his first 2 seasons in the NFL.
Jason Kenyon in the super chat. J-Mo's a huge problem. He tested Goff's arm out, 60 in the air, 82 total touchdown. Goff doesn't have an arm, thinks he proves he has a gun. J-Mo outruns it. And like, look, when you start throwing around those numbers, Justin, like that brings the gravity to the situation. He is Tyreek Hill now.
Yeah.
Now. And I'll say that again for everybody out there. Jameson Williams is Tyreek Hill now.
Period.
Now. It's not debatable. And if you're still on the fence about Jameson Williams, then you're an idiot. I don't know what else to say.
And how could you not say it either? Because Tyreek Hill's stats this year, he's got 79 receptions for 939 yards, and Jameson Williams has way better stats on less receptions.
A fraction of those. It's crazy.
Like, that's it, man. Like, I don't know what else to say to the people. It's one of those Tampa driving rainstorms right now. Oh, and Alabama just fumbled the ball because of it, and Michigan got it back.
I do want to say I do have a bet on Michigan money line right now.
Hey, shout out.
What is it? Plus?
Hate it. Look at it.
Notice he waits till they recover the fumble up 3-0 to say that.
Plus 500.
Plus 500, yeah.
He's squirming in his seat right now. Look, you got the little twitch. You know you don't like Michigan fans to have joy. We all know this.
No. That's a Michigan fan, though. After they fumble, when they're already up, and then he pops up, I got Michigan money line.
I mean, I'm not.
That's Michigan. That's a Michigan fan experience.
This is the walking backdoor cover, man. The walking backdoor cover.
This is the Michigan fan experience.
I did say that they would beat them like 3 weeks ago. You were making fun
after they recover the fumble.
All right.
And they're already winning.
All right.
Here he is.
Let us have our joy, man.
Matthew Broder of Woodward and Maine in the chat. I was told Tua was better than Goff.
Who said that?
Matthew Broder in the chat.
No, I'm saying who told
I don't know. Stick
bad information.
Stick made it known. Stick jumped right in and said Jared Goff.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right.
Mason
Who
Leach.
told you
Here
that
goes
there?
Neil.
Mason Leach. Don't you owe stick money?
Something I know I was told was that Jordan Love was better. And that's not true.
Steve Lehman, Neil, don't roast me for this, but can I ask what's happened to Zadarius Smith? Agree. Need a little more. You know who would tell you that?
Zadarius
Smith would tell you that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, winning games.
And he's been a net positive since they traded for him.
And,
like flat out.
going
Boom,
up
that's
against
it.
your former team, hopefully there's a little bit of incentive to know what's on the line, being a veteran.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of these guys, when the veteran guys too, they're like, we're going to be in this position again.
What is that play?
So, Michigan is right about the 10-yard line after the fumble. So
Why couldn't we get this during the season?
They're finally running this motion offense with all this fluky misdirections, which is what you needed to run when you had Orgy.
Yeah,
this is exactly what we were calling for.
Makes
at that
no
point.
sense.
can we talk about that for a minute, by the way?
Go ahead.
All season long, KG. What was I sitting here saying?
I heard you. And what did I tell you?
Just be a service academy team and you'd have made the playoff.
And what did I tell you? Kirk Campbell is incompetent.
Yes.
Like, he was...
No
well,
doubt
who
about
allows
that.
Kirk Campbell to operate?
I understand that. But you got to trust your old coordinators, what you hired him for.
He did hire a new one.
Yep.
And
quick as hell.
and
First year.
And I like the hair a lot.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Stephen Baffey brings up a good point. McNeil is not next to him anymore. That's what happened to Zadarius Smith, and that's a fair point.
Right.
That's
DJ's
100%.
still there, but yeah, I get
That's 100%.
Got to make plays, though.
Fair point. All right, late for the break. When we come back, top five. Top five years in honor of New Year's. We're off tomorrow, obviously, because of New Year's Day, so everybody enjoy the football. But our top five list, top 5 years since it's New Year's. I think that's pretty good.
It's pretty festive.
So let's do it, everybody. Another field goal attempt for Michigan. What?
I mean, that's what it's going to be all game. So
Right.
Okay. Field goal's good. 6-0 Michigan, by the way.
And
love to see it.
I would love to play on that field. I just saw a guy get tackled and slide literally 12 yards.
Yeah.
Hydroplane.
And you guys should slide to the Woodward pregame show in Woodward in Maine, Neil.
No, well, that's the way it works because nobody does football Sundays better than Woodward Sports Network. Not the flagship station, not the TV networks. It all starts with Terry Foster and Matthew. On Michigan game days, he's Matthew Broder. And they started with Woodward in Maine from 8 to 9. Thousands of you tap in for that to get your day started, get your football day started. Then we slide in, myself and Sean Belize, the New Holland Brewing Company Woodward Sports pregame show. We'll be live at Second Best, 42 Watson Street, the usual time. We'll be down there early, 10 a.m. to noon, getting it in there, by the way. And it's all brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey as well. And guys, look, like we said, we're breaking it down. We're taking a look at past matchups. We're doing everything on there. We're just having a good time, man, because that's what we do. And I know you guys agree because we have over 75,000 subscribers and tens of thousands of you watch it every single weekend. So thank you for that. Continue to be a part of it. Woodward Sports, nobody does football like we do.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and they are the most convenient and best tasting chicken and pizza in the game. They have tons of locations all around Metro Detroit. Super convenient, super quick, and they have the best wings, biscuits, and pizza to feed you on any day of the week. So go hit up Soroki's. They're all around Metro Detroit.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Young Justin in the building. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread as well. Shout out, guys. Simeon here on holiday break from Missouri, Michigan native. He's here hanging out, likes the network, wants to do this for a living. So he's sitting here kicking it also.
Shout out, man.
We got the Michigan game on in the background. Also, the rainstorm. Michigan's up 6-0. And speaking of that, we were going to do top fives, but now we're not because Justin went ahead and did it, by the way. He went ahead and did it, D-Mac.
I heard.
So why do I care? This is the Michigan fan arc today. And I know because he's sitting right there in the booth. And this is what I don't like about you guys. All right? Here's the Michigan fan
what
arc.
What don't you like about us, dude?
We're 15.5-point underdogs. Who cares? We won our national title. And there's an interception by Michigan as well. Okay. Look at him. Legit. We're 15.5-point underdogs. I don't care. That morphed into no one's playing for Michigan. I don't care. Which abruptly has turned into Alabama's getting a look at that defensive line for next year for Michigan. Then as they throw an interception, he got the like.
I didn't hear the 3-0. Oh, I got him plus 500 on the money line. Right? Like, now that you're ahead.
I just doubled down on plus 200. I don't care.
So, see? There you go. So which is it? So you're in. No, now you're in, right? Now you're in?
Yeah.
You weren't in before, but now you're in.
No, because you got to decipher this.
Hey,
this is the gambling. This is the...
When new information presents itself, you're allowed to change your
This
opinion.
is the gambling part. He's letting his, like, little jackalope out of the cage, right? Like his true feelings of whatever else. He wanted this game to mean so much. Now it has because he's got his pocketbook on it and actually 6-0 looking to drive it up.
Neil like that linebacker
I'm
taking
just
a
holding
bad
back.
angle.
I'm just holding back for the fall.
And Michigan is go.
Yeah,
starting to turn up.
You'll have a front row seat for a downfall if it happens. But the freshmen, the sophomores, and the juniors are playing well right now without our best players on defense. Like, that's something to be excited about.
Neil don't want to hear that shit. That's logical. He don't want to hear that.
You didn't want to talk about it. It's not. This has got nothing to do with me. This is you. All I'm doing is verbalizing what you've done today. That's it. Like, people are going to say, oh, it's Tone. Neil's a hater. I'm literally reporting this to you. This is what's been said. KG, did I make any of this up?
But why does it need to be reported?
Did I make any of this up?
No, but why does
then how am I a hater?
Then why does it need to be reported? Why can't you let Justin have his fandom in peace?
How am I a hater if I'm reporting?
I guess, man.
If I'm reporting.
Reporting live.
Like,
reporting live.
Touchdown, Michigan!
Let's go.
Wow, is that
I love that Michigan turned it up the whole time, Neil.
End zone fades. Oh, my Lord.
So it does matter.
That's the best.
So it does matter or it doesn't matter?
Hey, go Blue, stand up, man. Stand up.
It matters as much as the 49ers game
We
mattered
here.
last night for the Lions.
No,
We here. We take pride in our bowl games. We take pride. We here.
Justin, the new information that you brought into this element was the fact that you bet them on the money line plus 500 and doubled down with them at plus 200. That's the Neil would appreciate that to the sweat to whatever. But again, congratulations and making you feel better about what you got for next year.
The arc amazes me because, like, in the chat right now,
what, the bipolar arc of the Michigan fan? Oh my gosh, Neil, it's brand new, right? This is the first time you've ever experienced this.
Kalamazoo.
What are we doing here?
Michigan is dominating the SEC. Neil.
Right.
And so, like,
we only Big Ten good. I was told. I was told that on this network.
I was
by
told
host
Big
at
Ten
that
wasn't
table.
good.
I was told that.
No, like, But when Alabama doesn't have anybody playing, it's Michigan dominating.
Yeah.
But when Michigan didn't have anybody playing, I don't care.
They got Jade Milroe still. I'm just saying,
Alabama
man.
doesn't have anyone playing either.
I'm just saying, man.
Malachi Moore isn't playing.
I'm confused. All right.
We take pride in our bowl games.
Let's take the break. Dr. Pierce is here,
Right.
by the way. So we're going to have our weekly discussion with Dr. Pierce.
Go Blue,
After that,
baby.
we got the top
Turn
5
up.
years. Sharon Moore's kind of dancing a little bit on the sideline. So he's back in now.
Yep, we back. Michigan is back.
Look at this new offensive coordinator.
I know.
He's unbelievable.
Chip Lindsey,
God, if you
man.
would have made the change earlier.
Chip Lindsey.
God, the talk in Alabama this year with DeBoer is going to be cinema.
Okay. All right. Let's. What commercial
What
we doing
happened
here?
to Alabama? 248.
I love this.
The dynasty's clearly over.
Tell us about Mark
I
White.
love this.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Ah, that is me.
Mark White.
Mark White, gonna do you right. Hey, dream of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242, or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true. And also, why don't whoever tell me about the Salvation Army?
Well, I'll do that because I'm the most giving person at this.
Oh, did they fumble again?
Yes, they did.
It's just getting better and better. Just like the Michigan Wolverines eating up turnovers. You can go to the Salvation Army and make it possible. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to give to the 2024 Red Kettle Campaign. I guess this is the last day to do it. Try to help them reach their goal of $7 million. Contributions provide love beyond Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and compassion. Yeah, guys, just because the holidays are over doesn't mean that people aren't in need. So scan the QR code on the screen or donate to .sagreatlakes.org today.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry, offer ends December 20th.
What?
KDK.
I don't have it here. KDK Law, Catherine, Kevin, you know that they have your back. Go to them today. Obviously, if you go scan the QR code on the screen, go to KDK Law for your visitations, for your divorce, custody, whatever it is. Kevin and Catherine, they got your back. They will, if you mention Woodward Sports. Put your filing fees in. So take all that money you're winning on the Michigan game today.
Yeah.
They're back, baby. Go to KDK Law. Why? Because they got your back.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you got that right.
So it counts now. Now the game counts. Now it's not a practice squad scrimmage.
Yep, absolutely, deal.
Hold on, Freddie Felt, Neil. R.I.P. Michigan is Auburn, 24-24. No, Michigan has to win this game to be 8-5 like Auburn was after they won a national title.
Kalamazoo in the chat. Alabama has turned into Auburn.
No, like
Oh, wow.
Alabama beat Auburn though. Alabama beat Auburn though. So
so they have to win this game to get on Auburn's arc. Like that's Just keep Auburn's pace. To stay Auburn, they have to win. Otherwise, they fall behind.
You keep reaching, man. You keep
Go
reaching
look it
for
up.
straws. I understand.
All right, somebody who is not Auburn, Dr.
like a
Pierce
man
joins us here today. As a matter of fact, every Tuesday, courtesy of the Michigan Sports Spine Center, Southfield MRI as well. Doc, good to see you again, my friend. Happy New Year. How's things, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty well.
You guys are pretty hyped up in here today.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you know this or not. Like the Michigan game that didn't matter at all.
Is it on?
Yeah. So Michigan's winning, so now it matters.
It sounds like a
Neil,
true Michigan
to be
group
fair,
of fans.
Thank you, Doc.
Neil, let's be fair. It mattered once Justin said that he took him on the money line for plus
But
500.
he didn't bring that up until they got their second
You're bringing
score.
in the logistics. I'm just bringing in
Okay.
why does it matter? Because the kid's got money on it. And you aren't you proud that he doubled down with the lead? Like he totally did. Like, you know how when I go into the salary cap and ask you questions about that? Well, that's what he's showing you there. Now, his ethics maybe on how he got there and behind it, which you're letting us all know about. Yeah, I
For
might
no
not
reason.
do it that way, but that's the young kid.
All right, Doc.
Here they go again. They're driving. Let's go.
Doc. Sorry that you have to deal with this right now.
Oh,
but,
I love it. A little distraction.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sorry you have to deal with this right now. But anyway, Doc, all right, Lions obviously is going to be the story here. And I guess, like, we'll get into the specifics of guys, like, when they come back and they start to make their way back. I guess the latest round of discussion is Alex Anzalone. He has an outside shot at coming back this week. So, Doc, all of this, to me, boils down to one thing, because just judging how the Lions fans have been this year, if Anzalone steps on the field, the expectations instantly are going to be that he's at 100% and let's rock. And there's going to be a lot of guys that kind of make their way back. I guess my question to you, Doc, is what's realistic for us to expect? And I know that's a different answer to a different question with a different injury with a different guy. I know that. But can you sum it up for me as best you can? What's a realistic expectation?
You know, you got to understand the mentality of these guys and what they've gone through since Pee Wee football, right? They got a mentality to play. I want to play. I don't want to sit on the sideline. Every week I miss a game, it hurts inside. So there's a lot of that built up. So, one, you have to make sure they are completely ready to come back and play, right? Anzalone is a classic example of that. He's got a broken arm. How does he going to really gain strength and do all that and be competitive at this level, especially going against Minnesota with a lot on the line? There's the mental component that gets you through. There's that physicality that we've talked about a lot. It's like when these players get back on the field, they're going through the steps, the trainers, the practice, the pregame, all that stuff. They're trying to prep them, and Darren can talk about this even more. It's like it's still not like game ready, right? Our rules are 0 pain, 90% better. You get to play. Are they 100%? No, nobody's 100% on that team right now as it is. I mean, it's what's going to take place in their head, and they've gotten to an NFL professional level. So this isn't their first roadblock in their career. This may be one of their biggest ones. But they got prep. They got mental prep. I'm there. It takes that first hit. Like I mentioned off air about J-Mo. J-Mo didn't look last year after his ACL. You can watch his progression. You can watch his confidence. That guy moves like he never had any injury at all. He's faster than ever. He moves. He cuts. There's no hesitation. That didn't happen right away. Like you could take film of him watching him progress. Same thing with these guys. Was he still powerful on the field early on? Yeah, he was a factor. Or like Laporta. Look at Laporta just this year. He's dealing with multiple injuries. That guy's playing at a whole different level because he's at that 90 to 100%. You watch him cut. You watch how he's in plays. Before, he was like background noise. Now he's in the forefront. That's what you're going to kind of see is that moving to the forefront, building the confidence, getting that injury ready, getting game shape. We can be in shape, but what about game shape?
A lot of in the chat, right? Secret sauce. Doc's usually talk about
the chat loves the secret sauce.
No, but
man.
I wanted to go at it from this aspect, and this is like a unique situation, right? Where you have this one game where both teams for lack of a better term, have to put everything out on the line because of what they're playing for, not only the division, but that number 1 seed, home field, and that week off.
Oh, yeah.
In the right. So, So take us into the doctor's office or in the medical office because even the Vikings are going to be doing the same sort of thing. You're putting everybody to every concoction to everything else. This is the most important game to whatever, but you also I want to explain how you would say, hey guys, because if we do this and we get this time off, we'll be able to do that. A lot of it is the game plan, how we communicate about what we're gonna do, the process, right?
It is a weird step. I always say, we balance the scales, right? Well, the scales are almost even for both. All right, so we're in the playoffs. It's not like we're not going to make the playoffs, but you're absolutely right. That week off is going to be huge for a team like the Lions to get that extra rest. That preparation, that home field advantage, all that. So are we playing this like it is the Super Bowl? I think Dan Campbell's mentality is yes. So he's talking to the medical team. Nobody's sitting. I want every available team, top player on that field for Minnesota like we're playing for the Super Bowl. I think that's the message to the training staff. So you're right. We are going to secret sauce them up. We are going to get them ready. And we're going to roll the dice like he does every game. I think everybody, hands on deck. If you're available to play, like I saw an interview with Campbell, if they're ready and they're on the field and they say yes, I don't hesitate to think anything else that they're 100% ready to play the game I want them to play. Like I made the comment about Gibbs. Let's save him a little bit. Why did he run so much in the Bears game? That's his mentality. I have every player on that field, everybody on the field, they're 100%. I don't have any hesitation for anybody. I'm not babying, I'm not sitting. That's Campbell's, situation. I think that's what he's going to take. And whoever's on that field, if it's Alex, if it's, any of the other guys coming back that are injured, he expects him to play at 100%.
Doc, you brought up a great thing. Talk about playing 100% and full out compared to not trying to get hurt, and guys usually get hurt. We're going with the mentality is you're out there, you give it everything you got, and we'll get through it, right? There's that different mentality too, because a lot of times when you're trying not to get hurt and you don't put everything into the play, that's when you do get hurt.
Yeah, I mean that cautious, that ginger, that going in at that 70%, you're looking too much. You play with your instinct. There's a lot of instinct play. And a lot of these guys have that adrenaline run where they're just playing by instinct at this point. At this game, I think, even like the game, you see them slowly get a rhythm. And then it may take a round or two, a set of downs or two to get into that rhythm. But I think everybody's mental. There's such a hype on the sidelines with the coaching staff. Everybody's just in the same boat. I think, Minnesota's the same thing. They're going to be hyped up for this game. I think we got to just put everybody out there and keep our fingers crossed. And the medical team watching every play.
Dr. Pierce joining us as he does every Tuesday here on Big D Energy, even on New Year's Eve. The doc still showing up.
That's right.
And doing the thing. Doc, since we're talking about Alex Anzalone, broken arm, coming back from it so long off, arm tends to be a pretty important thing if you're a linebacker. Because you talked about it, like the healing process of it. How do you get strength back in the bone? Like, what is he up against here?
He's up against, week 7 right now? Or is it, we're falling into week 8?
Correct.
For it. Bone strength is really 6 months from a physiological standpoint.
But we don't have 6 months.
It's healed at 6 weeks to 8 weeks. That's why we kind of put that 6 to 8 week out there. Is it as strong as it can be? No, our bones are. We got to understand our bones just aren't our bones. Our bones are very dynamic. They're evolving right now. As you and I are sitting on our asses on our butts right now, they're evolving. There's things happening. There's an aging process. So every day there is. But to get him ready to play and cast it up and everything, it's all about that strength in the grip strength. I think it really comes down to his grip strength. It's his left arm. Can he do some compensation? Yeah, but to still wrap up these players, you need 2 arms in your full body to do it. I think he's game time. I think, I think for sure we win the game, we get the bye, he's playing that first playoff game. For this, I think it's going to be how he feels confident, and he's got to tell us. The doc's not going to tell him. How do you feel? Can you do it? Are you going to be able to do it? Is that guy going to get away from you? Is the guy going to break a tackle? Are you going to be able, that's where he needs to be real with himself and not cheat the team. So,
Doc, let me behind the
other
curtain.
thing I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Can we pull up, while we're doing this, Hutchinson's water running? We showed that on a video from Woodward Sports. We can bring that up. We can go over that for a second.
Yeah. Justin will pull that up. But in the meantime, Doc, as he's pulling that up, as much as you can, to open, to pull the curtain back, let us see behind the curtain. If you had to assign a percentage value of this, just the Anzalone situation, just as a hypothetical, how much of this is Doc's opinion and how much of this is the player saying, no, I'm playing? No, I'm playing. Doc, I'm playing. How much is how much?
It really gets down to the docs, unless it was concussion. This is a physical. So we got to do that. We can do measurements, right? Like I said before, we can measure his grip strength. We can measure his reaction time, his right versus left. And if it's a greatly off or not, he doesn't even get the choice. He's got to be in that 10 to 20% difference from side to side, okay? Because that's balance. That just tells us where he should be because he's got a good side to it. If he falls in that 10 to 20% discrepancy of being weaker on the left and the right, now we get down to him. Can you do it? And even though we put him out there, we're watching him. When we have injured players, our responsibility as a medical team is we're watching his movement. We're watching if he's hesitating. We're watching if he's laying that arm a little different than he's laying his right. There's body mechanics that he subconsciously will be doing that are red flags to us to pull him off the field. We talk to the coaching, and we've done it. I've done it multiple times with, younger kids are more important. To me, professionals are adults, but the younger kids, we watch. I'm like, no, he's not doing it. We got to get him off the field. He's going to be a detriment. And that's the other thing is that's the medical staff. We don't want a weak link on that field because he's got an ego, right? We got to call it there. But to get him on the field and ready, one, he's got to pass all the tests. Two, he's got to feel like he can grapple and get into it. And three, we're going to watch him.
All right.
Does that answer the question?
No, it does exactly. And to be fair, like I thought it was more on the player. You explained it to me as long as it's concussion, like serious-ish. I guess we could say it like that.
We can see visually what's going on.
Correct.
Concussion, we can't see what he's thinking, or if he passes out, that's an obvious one.
That's an obvious one.
But some of that other stuff, we can watch his movements and stuff. But concussion's harder. Like, are you feeling dizzy or are you just being a little aloof? Which is it? He's got to be true to us. But with physical, with hamstrings, with knees, we can watch their body mechanics and what they're doing. And we can do measurements in the training room to see where they are side to side.
Yeah, when it comes down to pain tolerance, it's pretty much all the players control, more or less, right? You got to go by what they say until you have visual evidence otherwise.
Is he hesitating? Is he pulling up? Is he not entering the tackling like he should be? All those kind of things.
Dr. Pierce joining us here as he does every Tuesday, Big D Energy, every Thursday with Ermanni and Edwards as well. Justin, we get the Hutch video pulled up? Oh, you have it? All right, yeah, let's run this for the Doc, because, Doc, I know you want to give us...
We always want a Hutch update.
Yeah, not necessarily a Hutch update per se, but kind of an update, right, Doc? What are we seeing here?
Well, this is kind of what we predicted to begin with. This is a very advanced, he's doing underwater running and a lower level running. You can see his legs. One looks obviously a lot more muscular than the other. But the thing is, we're looking at his mechanics, how he's doing it. Can we play it one more time?
Yes.
You're looking at the mechanics of how he's hitting the ground. Again, the reason he's in water is because of the buoyancy. It's a weight bearing thing. It's not full weight bearing. But this is what he's actually doing now. It's definitely a positive for his recovery. But again, he's going to beat that 6 months, but he's still water running at a high level. But he's working on his mechanics. I'm happy for him. As you can see his foot hitting the ground, how he touches the ground, how he's coming off of it, how he's proceeding moving forward. That's very important. He's also pretty deep water, which is positive.
Doc, that is the That is wild, man. And it goes to
What's
show
cool,
you.
the 20-some-year-old, that stuff comes back so like, hopefully they're doing measurements on them to show the measurements. Once the muscle memory starts thinking back, the thigh is really fun to see from the knee down. Like my skaters, hockey, we had a lot more of that. Just the power that they put in. It comes back. Like, it's scary now.
The upper left camera view is insane.
Yeah. But you're going to see in 2 weeks when we get film again. And we get these measurements. It's going to be amazing. You're going to see the growth.
Yeah, that is wild, man. That is absolutely wild.
It's good news. Is it good news they play next week? No. Is it good news for Super Bowl? What's Super Bowl? January 9th?
February.
I mean,
right?
February
Yeah.
9th? Yeah. It's a hopeful.
No, absolutely. Well, Doc, as always, we appreciate the time, especially on New Year's Eve, coming into the studio for us like this. We certainly do appreciate it.
Happy New Year, Doc.
Happy New Year to you, Doc.
Happy New Year to you guys. I'll be at the Red Wing game tonight. You going to be there?
I'll be there.
All right.
The Doc and Doc and D-Mac, a rendezvous.
Yeah. And then I'm doing like a Detroit thing. I'll be at the Minnesota game, too.
There it is.
Of course you will.
Whoever's there.
All right, Doc, appreciate you. Young Justin, where are we going with this one?
We are going to the watch party, which I believe is me.
Sure.
Them watch.
Let the fans watch.
The Woodward Sports Watch Party, presented by New Holland, Soroki's, Sabbath Coffee, and 1800 Tequila. You have to come in to Hey Social before kickoff and goes till the end of the game, where Stick and Anson take over for the New Holland post-game show immediately after the game, and that gets spicy. You have Stick, the believer, and you have Anson, the no-nonsense SOL fan. So tune into that, Woodward Sports, every Lions game day, and we will catch you after this brief break.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. Did you know there's 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the Metro Detroit area? We know that Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. We know this, but did you know if you want a Ford, if you want a Kia, whatever kind of car you want, there's a Feldman dealership that can help you make that happen. Here's how it works. Here's the checklist. Want car, #1. #2, FeldmanAuto.com. #3, find car. #4, buy car. They got me my keys in about an hour and a half. That legit. That's how it worked, everybody. You saw it because we did it during the show. Couldn't be happier. Love the people over there at Feldman Chevy, and their car buying experience is second to none. They're a part of Detroit. They're rooted in the community. Do great work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals as well. FeldmanAuto.com.
Speaking of that, what are the standings? Going into the last
let
week.
me see.
Is it close?
It is close, as a matter of fact. Let me see here. The week is still going on because I
still
have
got Oregon, right?
Yeah.
What did I do?
I have Oregon. DMAC, you had Green Bay plus the 2.5.
Yeah.
They lost by 2, didn't they?
Yeah. I won that one.
And I had the Vikings minus 2.5.
Yeah.
So I lost that one.
Yeah. Commanders won, right?
Commanders minus 4, that was a hit, and the Lions minus 3. So you went 3-0, right?
Wow,
So you're 26 and 18. I am 25.
We could be tied. Go
I
ahead.
am 25 and 19, but I have Oregon still outstanding.
Absolutely.
So there's that.
But so what we're just telling you, so Palter picking up the rear again?
He's 21 and 21. He had the Rams, Arizona over. I don't remember off the top of my head. He had the Chargers and he had the Lions.
Fade Ryan back home.
Sorry, Ryan.
So
keep selling
Fade Ryan,
EVs.
man.
You're doing a good job of that.
Fade Ryan is back on.
Fade
everybody.
Ryan.
All right, real quick before we get out of here on a New Year's Eve, special edition of the Top 5. Since we are out tomorrow, we do Top 5 years. And don't forget, too, in honor of the Pop-Tart Bowl, we have a special Top 5 on Thursday, Top 5 Pop-Tarts.
Oh, yeah.
Are you in?
Wait, dude, of course. I need that. Did you see the trophy?
Yeah.
It ejected Pop-Tarts.
It's a
I
toaster.
need that.
It's a working toaster. That's the trophy.
Boom.
See, how do you even put that in a trophy case? That has to be like in the locker room for the team to use.
Plugged in. So here we go, everybody. In honor of New Year's Eve, our top 5 years. Who's in on this?
All four of us.
All 4 of us? All right, young Justin, you can lead it off, playing the part of Spencer. Your top 5 years. Why is it a top 5 list, Justin?
Because it's entertaining, more entertaining than a top 10.
It's half as boring as a top 10 list.
All right, sorry, I screwed up the line. My bad.
I got you.
I won't screw up my presentation of my list, though. So my top 5 years.
Shit.
So I'm young. Don't forget that.
Right.
So 2012, that was the year that Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder were both on the Tigers, and they won the ALCS, and I was there. So that has number 5. 2022 was my sophomore year of college and one of my favorite years of college. Probably my favorite year of college besides this year. 2018 was my junior year of high school. I also won my biggest hockey tournament that I won in my life.
That was big.
The PHL championship.
It's a big win.
Was actually, which actually was commentated by Sean Belizean. So he actually commentated a goal of mine in the finals. So shout out to Sean Belizean for that. 2019 was my pseudo senior year of high school because I was a 2020 senior, and that was, I was just on top of the world that year. We'll just put it like that. And then 2024, this was the best year of my life. I saw Michigan win a national title. I saw the Lions win both their playoff games.
And you're bookending it with a 16-0 ReliaQuest Bowl lead right now.
Yes, I am.
Against Alabama again.
Right.
It's all come full
first
circle.
half.
I was at a Tigers playoff win, and I got a job in my dream profession, and I couldn't be happier with my life right now. So,
all right. Very nice list, young Justin. Very nice list.
Probably my best showing in the top 5.
KG. Yeah, you've had some stinkers. I'm not going to lie.
Everything post 2010 is crazy, though. But it is what it is. I know he's a product of his era. But
KG, your top 5 list.
The
top 5
honorable
years.
mentions the 80s, any part of the 80s.
The 80s.
The cocaine 80s is just like, come on, man. That was a different time. Pablo and them was fooling in that era. At number 5, 2000, because we made it to 2000. Because everybody thought the computers was going to crash in 1999.
So wild, dude.
Yeah, Y2K was something else, man. At number 4, 2007, my freshman year of high school, the iPhone and just just cell phones in general became popular. This was really like the starting place for social media. MySpace kid over here. Man, we had a time in 2007, and the fashion choices were absolutely atrocious during this time, but it is what it is. We ain't know no better.
Is this picture from 2007?
No, this is from 2 years ago, actually. But I see what you tried to do there. At number...
Do you live in a tiny house, or are you just a giant?
No, this was an Airbnb in North Carolina. So...
Did it have really low ceilings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 4 feet?
Yeah. Listen,
Did you live in a dollhouse?
No, it was a nice Airbnb, though. At number
just had
3,
real low ceilings.
Yeah.
All right.
At number 3, 1995. A Million Man March, Jordan coming out of retirement. I mean, this was a hell of a year. Look, Stick remember 95. Look at him over there smiling, man. You remember 95.
Dr. Dre was at his peak.
Yep, DVDs were invented. I mean, come on, man. 95 was pretty solid, bro. We got to be real about it. At number 2, 2004, and we all know the 04 championship, just everything was so great about that year. Hip-hop was at a premium. I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying, one of the best albums ever made, came out in 04. Just a good year in the development of the coming of age story of KG. And at number 1, 1992, the best year ever, the year I touched down. Period.
There you go.
A very pivotal year in America as well. So
I like it. All right, Mr. Darren McCarty.
All right.
Top 5 years.
Top 5 years according to DMAC. Number 5, 2008, comeback year, 4th cup. The whole journey and everything like that, starting in the I to the A to winning the 4th Stanley Cup with the guys. Will always remember that. 92, the year I was drafted. Also my last year, junior. Won the Player of the Year that year. Remember, Kirk Maltby, Grindliner had 50 goals. Darren McCarty had 55. And that's when I became a Red Wing. I had 92 like 93 because that's when I made my Red Wing, first game or whatever like that. So it's right there. 2002, obviously, that Cup year, Hall of Fame team. 2015, probably the greatest accomplishment of my life, sobriety. 11, but and you're supposed to, or I do it differently because that's supposed to be the greatest thing or whatever like that, but no, I'm chronologically 97 and 98 came before that. So starting in March, and why do I put 97, 98? Because from about March 26, 97 till end of August 98 was pretty damn.
Was your time. Yeah.
Pretty damn 2 cups, pretty epic, scoring the goal there and stuff like that. So things I'll never remember. Or things I'll always remember, yeah. So that's
whatever way
one.
you want to put it.
Darren McCarty's top 5, everybody. And last before we get out of here for the day, my top 5 years. There's me with the president, Terry Foster. Just a couple of presidents being presidential.
Yeah. There was a lot of bourbon going on right there.
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
You know that.
Big fact.
There was. I should have showed you guys a picture. Like, I asked for a bourbon, just to be social. And she, fills the whole cup of it up. I'm like, what would I... Yeah, I said, what would happen if I asked you for a double? She goes, I give you 2 of these. I'm like, okay, fair.
Mr.
Fair
President.
Point. Yeah, Mr. President. All right, number 5, 1984. That was the first... that I could, I could remember, the first sports year that I could remember. And then the Tigers won the World Series, so it was absolutely electric. Number 4, 2003, the year I got married. As a matter of fact,
slept on years.
I have to put that on there too, or I could be subject to issues when I return home. Number 3, 1989, the Bad Boys. They won the NBA title between the Celtics and the Lakers and Jordan. There were the Pistons, our Pistons, back-to-back champs. You can't say nothing to them.
Okay.
They won it back-to-back. They retired Larry Bird. They retired Magic Johnson, and they made Michael Jordan. That's what they did.
All in
and
one.
They get slept on in history. Isaiah Thomas gets slept on in history, but that was one of the great teams in the history of the NBA. Let them play and see what happens. Number 2, 1991, Lions season. That was the only good Lions season I had in my life.
Yeah.
Up until number 1, 2024, which I tell you guys this all the time. That clip of that Lions fan crying, in the stands after they beat the Rams, dude, still gets me to this day because I felt the exact same way. Felt the exact same way. Honorable mention 1997. I have to go full disclosure, D-Mac. I tell you this all the time. I didn't think you guys were going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Once you lost to the Avalanche, I thought it was over.
Shut you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. So there it is.
So how do you change Neil Rule's tone?
Uh-oh.
You just got to...
Uh-oh. Boss man stick.
No. Now, I listened to all the years, and you guys have great stories for all the years. The fact that you didn't say 1776 when that established history, everything before then didn't matter.
I'm not even sure that's real.
1776 is when it all changed, boys.
What a great way to...
We're not even a person in that
America!
We're not even a full
couldn't
person.
think of
You
a
don't have to
better
be
way to
alive
end
to
the year.
enjoy it. You're enjoying it right now.
No, I don't think you understand, Stick.
Yeah,
but it is what
it's
it
going
is.
over your head right now.
That's a fair point, KG.
Why would I put that on my list? Is all I'm saying.
That's a fair point. That's privilege at its finest, right, KG? That qualifies.
There's no reason for it to be on my list, is all I'm
I
saying.
can't believe I was the first one to understand
Everybody
what you were
else's
saying,
list is
KG.
fair game.
It's fitting that we ride off this year of Big D Energy on that. Guys, thank you. It's been a great year.
Man.
Incredible growth here at Woodward Sports, Big D Energy as well. Appreciate y'all for
Happy
sure.
New Year. Love you guys.
Hey, if you want to, you don't even have to stay in your shoes tonight, everybody. Just make sure you have
Just be
arrangements
safe.
made. Just be safe, all right?
Right.
You want to cut loose, cut loose. You're celebrating Michigan's huge program-changing
damn right.
win.
Defining.
That didn't matter
Hold on, I
until
got
they
you.
were winning. That's fine. Hey, love you guys for real. For D-Mac, for KG, for young Justin, for Spencer, who's not here, Stick as well. Thank y'all, man. We love y'all. Have a great New Year's. Well, see you later.
We are.